What is going on, everybody? Nasdorachi coming back at you again today with another episode for Dragon Ball Legends. This one is just going to be a quick one, and as you can tell by the wallpaper on my computer, we're just going to be quickly checking out the previews and some of the new information that came with the Transforming Golden Frieza and the Transforming Final Form Cooler. There's also some in-game news, which I forgot to send myself the picture of, so I don't have it. But we have the colors for the new characters as well, so I can actually look that up right now. But we are expecting the Final Form Transforming Golden Frieza, the Final Form Transforming Cooler into the 5th stage of his evolution. Unfortunately, he doesn't go golden yet, except in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. And then Shishami? I don't know, I think it's a play on sushi. But we have him coming as well as an EX Second Form Frieza. The Golden Frieza is going to be red, the Cooler is going to be purple, the Second Form Frieza EX is going to be yellow, and Shishimi is going to be green. So we have their colors there. So I guess you'll have the Frieza replacing the Metal Cooler on the current LOE team if he's good enough to take that spot. Metal Cooler is fairly useful for defense, healing, and destroying cards, stuff like that. And then you'll have the Cooler taking Chilled spot, which is actually a much more promising or viable unit because Chilled is not super ultra useful in most cases of the meta at this point. Like, he really doesn't do that much damage, although his main ability is really good and he can still do good type advantage damage to green units. He's overall not super great, and you don't really run up into Super Saiyan 1 teams very often to make great use of his death passive. So we do have those units coming up. We're going to check out the official Twitter and just look at their previews and the brief descriptions. They have not been data mined by Renzi yet, so we don't have the specific details of what they do and what their kits are, but we'll definitely be checking that out again for a separate video and maybe doing a few summons because this is an Ultra Space Time banner, so it will have tickets, and it really just depends. I honestly prefer the Cooler because then you could run double Cooler and Golden Frieza or Final Form Frieza, whatever you need. You'll have a more viable purple option. The red is useful. Metal Cooler, you know, he doesn't do super high amounts of damage, but he's still good for what he does. So yeah, DB Legends, they're not added there yet, so we don't need to worry about that. But if we navigate over here to the Dragon Ball Legends Twitter, we'll start at the bottom and work our way up here. Ascend to Final Form. Cooler is coming. Cooler boasts healing on each count and nullifies abnormal conditions. Then he transforms, he gets his blast armor, he gets more team support effects, maybe somewhat similar to the other Final Form Cooler. Gains synergy in Final Form with both Lineage of Evil and Sagas from the movie's allies, which makes sense. That's the same way the other Final Form Cooler is as well. But it really just depends on his Z ability. If his Z ability buffs movies at like 5 stars as well, or something like that, then you might actually see more usefulness in throwing Final Form Cooler on the movies. But it also depends on what his support effects are. If they are mostly focused around buffing other Lineage of Evil characters like the current Final Form Cooler, then he might not really see a good place on movies, which is kind of current with what we're already looking at. Now, we're going to check out the animations here. And one kind of complaint that I do have, and it's somewhat understandable because these are UST units, and I guess they don't expect to make too much profit off of UST. For some reason, I feel like this one's going to pull in some money. So looking at this preview here, what I was trying to say is, like, besides that transformation animation, this Cooler and the Golden Frieza are completely identical in aesthetics and design, their layout, what they look like. They're completely identical to the previous versions. It's literally a copy-paste job. The green card right there, completely identical. Blue card right there, completely identical as well. So really just the transfer, even the end screen right there is identical. Wow. So nothing really even new to look at there in the preview. This, however, is different. They did get that new animation for when they transform, but that comes at the loss of the Ultimate Arts technique. They didn't show off an Ultimate Arts here, so it stands to reason that neither of these characters are going to have Ultimate Arts. They might both be kind of more supportive, which is somewhat concerning, and it makes me feel like there's something missing there, because they do have the cool transformation animations, but losing the Ultimate Arts is somewhat painful. I mean, again, understandable that it's unique to that version of that unit, but still. Alright, we have Golden Frieza coming next. Final Form Frieza is coming. Transform and heal. Frieza deals extra damage against Goku during his time-bound transformation. Also try out his buffs to Lineage of Evil, Frieza Force allies with the new melee specialist Shishimi, whatever, however you pronounce that. Looks like Shishami, but I could be wrong. Anyway, kind of stinks that he's like the purple future Trunks and the Kaioken Goku, or the blue Kaioken Goku, either one, honestly. Well, the Kaioken Goku's got a nice long transformation, but the time-bound transformations are somewhat unfortunate because at some point, the transformation goes away and you either get stunned for a second and opened up for a combo, or you just lose a substantial amount of stats and buffs and potentially pick up some debuffs. The future Trunks has a little bit of a buff when he loses his transformation to help compensate, but his transformation is also quite short. We don't know exactly how long the Frieza will stay transformed, but we do know that it is a time-bound one. Unlike the Cooler, it seems like the Cooler's one's permanent and the Frieza one will expire. Now, again, same thing here, other than the transformation animation, which does look nice. Doesn't seem like there's an Ultimate Arts here. The super move animation and the green card animation both look the same as well. We'll bring it up full screen here and just check it out. So Shishami coming in, doing his little melee support striking abilities. They swap him out. Frieza again transforming with that new animation that looks pretty nice there. But his strike cards animation here is identical to the previous green golden Frieza card. Same thing there. And his blue card and green card animation would probably look to be the same as well. I know the blue one right there, you see that? It's that kind of slicer array that he does there. Kind of a missed opportunity to maybe do a play on, you know, some type of crusher ball or, you know, finger lasers, I guess. But hopefully that'll come later when we do end up getting the Angel Golden Frieza. Because you know they're going to do that as well, throw a halo over his head and give us a TOP version. Now, it's curious as to whether or not this one will have the movies tag as well. It seems like because of the nature of his transformation expiring, that they are going with a Resurrection of F version, because in that movie specifically, we know that he hasn't mastered his stamina well enough to maintain the transformation long enough. Something that seems to plague him a little bit throughout the series, but seems to be, it tapers off the further we get in Dragon Ball Super. So, again, we don't know if he's a movies unit or not. It doesn't seem like they are implying any type of movie synergy here, so even if he is tagged as a movies unit, it's a pretty safe bet that his Z ability is not going to include anything for movies. It might just be Lineage of Evil and Frieza Force again. So we'll have to see there. But both of them have some type of healing that they do to themselves. They both seem to have, well, Cooler is more supportive in nature, and this one seems to be a little bit more damage oriented, at least against Goku. But you're not always going to be matching up against Goku. You're going to have a lot of other teams to contend with. I mean, the Son family teams are popular right now, with all the LF Gokus floating around, LF units in general that are Son family, but more often than not, you'll have to prepare for him not squaring up against Goku. But I guess we'll have to see how it plays out, you guys. Heading back to their Twitter, the last thing to really cover here is we did get the threshold for the crossover wallpaper, Dragon Ball Legends X Token Battle. This is it on screen. It's really nothing too crazy. I mean, comparative to the thumbnails and the art that I put out. I mean, again, I'm editing stuff using the assets from the game, and they're using their own stuff here, but still, I was expecting to maybe get like a teaser of something potentially new coming out, or I don't know, any type of crossover event to go along with this kind of teaser social media campaign. But it seems like it was just something to just grab a little bit of attention and stuff like that. So of course I capitalized on it as well, and I made a fixation of the wallpaper here. It's got a decent amount of likes on Twitter here, but I fixed it there with the official crossover. We can see it on Reddit as well. I think I'm holding the top post on Reddit temporarily for the day. So I'm king of the Reddit for the day, you guys. I guess everyone doesn't hate me over there after all. Android 16 nonsense. But anyway, we got this going on over here, you guys. So a little bit of comedic fun, just taking pot shots, some jokes there. And that's about all the news we have for now, you guys. I do anticipate that the new units will be coming. Well, I already know they'll be coming tonight at Reset. The maintenance has been announced. And when they do previews like this and in-game announcements, we know that they're coming. Again, it will be an Ultra Space Time summon, so those of you who do not want to spend money, remember that there will be ways to get tickets. hopefully you are done with your spirit, lend me your energy adventure farming, because undoubtedly some of the tickets for this Ultra Space Time are going to be locked behind whatever new adventure farm they come out with. But again, I'll be keeping you guys updated with all the individual kits for these new units and what they can do and what things seem like. But just at a glance, it seems like the Final Form Cooler is going to be the better unit. He's going to support the Lineage of Evil team a little bit better, seeing as he's got supportive abilities. He's going to be able to replace the Purple Chilled, who's a weak spot on the LOE team, comparatively speaking to Red Metal Cooler, who's a little bit better in comparison and more useful. But honestly, I think both of these units will be useful. Again, it just seems like on paper, the Cooler is going to be better because his transformation doesn't end. He's got better orientation to helping the whole team out, and he's a more important color that team is lacking right now. So again, I will be keeping you guys updated as soon as we learn more. I do as well have to finish that last challenge rush and talk about tier list stuff with you guys. But at this point, I'm kind of waiting for these units to come out before I try and cover somebody else's tier list or get everything ranked, just so that it's up to date and it's current. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Consider leaving a thumbs up on it if you did, help spread it out. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. I would love to see you guys again on future videos. We'll definitely be back soon to cover more information about these characters, a couple other things Dragon Ball Legends oriented in the works as well. So hopefully I will see you guys again soon. Peace out, have a good one, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon, y'all. Enjoy your week.